The air was thick with a palpable chill as the last rays of sunlight surrendered to the encroaching night. Just beyond the sprawling city, shrouded in the embrace of towering trees and tangled vines, stood the abandoned hospital. Its silhouette loomed against the dimming sky, a monolithic relic of a forgotten era. The building's once pristine facade had long succumbed to the relentless grasp of time, windows as shattered like the eyes of a haunted soul, inviting the curious and the foolhardy alike to peer into its shadowy depths. As the moon cast an eerie glow over the grounds, a faint breeze whispered through the decrepit corridors, carrying with it the echoes of distant cries that had woven themselves into the very walls. Each footstep taken within these forsaken halls seemed to reverberate with a life of its own, as if the hospital itself was drawing a breath in anticipation of the night's events. The atmosphere was charged with an unsettling energy, a silent promise of the mysteries that lay within. The group of explorers, driven by an insatiable curiosity and a thirst for the unknown, gathered at the entrance. Their flashlights flickered to life, casting long shadows that danced across the peeling wallpaper and rusting metal. This was no ordinary adventure. It was a passage into the past, a confrontation with the remnants of lives once lived and stories left untold. Their hearts pounded with a mix of trepidation and exhilaration, the boundary between fear and fascination blurred by the allure of the forsaken. The hospital's history was as layered and complex as the building itself. Whispers of its past spoke of a place that had once brimmed with hope and healing, now reduced to a mausoleum of despair and decay. Each room held its own secrets, a tapestry of human emotion etched into the very fabric of the structure. Shredded hospital beds lay strewn about like forgotten dreams, while surgical tools, rusted and abandoned, bore silent witness to the procedures that had once transpired within these walls. As they ventured deeper, the explorers felt the weight of the past pressing down upon them. There was a sense that time had ceased to exist here, that the hospital was suspended in a perpetual twilight between what was and what might have been. The air was thick with the scent of mildew and neglect, mingling with the faint aroma of antiseptic that lingered like a ghostly presence. It was as if the very essence of the hospital had seeped into their pores, becoming a part of them. They moved cautiously through the labyrinthine corridors, the beams of their flashlights revealing glimpses of the building's sordid past. A child's faded drawing clung to the wall, its vibrant colors muted by the passage of years. A wheelchair sat abandoned in a corner, its wheels frozen in time, hinting at the lives that had once been confined within its embrace. Every turn, every creak of the floorboards seemed to speak of untold stories, of moments frozen in time, waiting to be discovered. Yet, amidst the decay and darkness, there was a sense of anticipation, a promise that the hospital held truths yet to be revealed. It was a place where the veil between the living and the spectral was tantalizingly thin, where the boundaries of reality and imagination blurred into one. Each step forward was a venture deeper into the enigma, the shadows holding their secrets close, teasing the explorers with glimpses of the unknown. As they journeyed further into the heart of the hospital, they could not shake the feeling that they were being watched, that the very walls held eyes that followed their every move. The whispers grew louder, more insistent, urging them onward, deeper into the mystery. This was not merely an exploration of decay. It was a passage into the echoes of time, where the past and present converged in a haunting symphony of fear and curiosity. The shadows beckoned them onward, daring them to uncover the truths that lay hidden within the forgotten corridors. The explorers pressed deeper into the heart of the hospital, their nerves taut as they encountered the first of many peculiarities. In a room that once might have served as a nurse's station, a clock hung askew on the wall, its hands frozen at a time long past. The silence was punctuated by the occasional drip of water from the ceiling, a slow, rhythmic reminder of the passage of time outside this forgotten place. Yet here, everything seemed suspended in a perpetual state of decay, as though the building itself resisted the natural world. One of the explorers paused, her attention caught by a strange discoloration on the floor. As she knelt to inspect it, she realized there was a trail of something dark and sticky, leading away from the room and into the corridor beyond. Her flashlight beam followed the trail, revealing a path that wound its way through the shadows, beckoning them to follow. This was no ordinary stain. It seemed to pulse with an ominous energy, as if leading them to a revelation that the hospital itself was anxious to reveal. As they ventured further along the trail, the atmosphere around them grew heavier, the air thick with an oppressive darkness that seemed to thrum with an unseen life. The whispers that had been mere background noise grew louder, morphing into a chorus of indistinct voices that echoed from the walls. It was as though the hospital was alive, its soul awakening as it fed on their fear and curiosity. The explorers exchanged nervous glances, their skin prickling with a sense of being watched by unseen eyes lurking just beyond their flashlight beams. The corridor led to a grand staircase, its once majestic banister now a twisted, gnarled remnant of its former glory. As they descended, each creaking step seemed to resonate with a mournful sigh, a lament for the lives that had traversed this path before them. The descent felt like a journey into the abyss, the shadows growing deeper and more impenetrable with each step. At the bottom, they were greeted by a vast hallway lined with doors, each one slightly ajar, as if inviting them to explore the secrets concealed within. Now, consider how these doors symbolize the choices we face in our own lives, each leading to a different reality shaped by the decisions we make. The explorers hesitated, aware that each choice carried the weight of potential discovery or doom. As they deliberated, a sudden gust of wind swept through the hallway, slamming several doors shut with a resounding crash that echoed like a gunshot in the silence. It was as if the hospital itself was toying with them, testing their resolve and daring them to continue. Choosing a door at random, they stepped inside a small room that appeared at their doctor's office. Papers lay scattered across the floor, the remnants of forgotten diagnoses and treatments. A single photograph lay amidst the chaos, its edges yellowed with age. It depicted a group of smiling patients and staff, their faces frozen in a moment of shared joy and hope. Yet there was something unsettling about the image, a sense of foreboding that belied the smiles. It was a stark reminder of the lives that had intersected within these walls, their stories now reduced to fading memories. The explorers felt the weight of history pressing down upon them, each discovery adding a layer to the complex tapestry of the hospital's past. As they continued their exploration, they were acutely aware of the thin line between the present and the echoes of what once was. The hospital was a living entity, its essence intertwined with the souls that had passed through its walls. With every step, they grew more entangled in its mystery, the shadows whispering secrets that only those who dared to listen could hope to understand. The explorers continued to navigate the forsaken corridors, each turn revealing new facets of the hospital's dark history. They entered a room that had once served as a children's ward, the walls adorned with faded murals of cheerful scenes that now seemed grotesquely out of place. The air was heavy with a sense of loss, as if the laughter that once filled this space had been swallowed by the shadows. Small, dusty toys lay scattered across the floor, relics of innocent lives caught in the tides of time. One explorer found herself drawn to a dusty rocking horse in the corner, its paint chipped and eyes eerily lifelike. As she approached, it creaked slowly back and forth, moved by an unseen force. The sight of it, a symbol of childhood innocence now twisted by neglect, sent a chill down her spine. It was a stark reminder of how the hospital's past was intertwined with the lives of its youngest patients, their stories lost to the decay. In the adjacent room, they discovered a series of old patient files, yellowed with age and stacked haphazardly in a cabinet. These documents were more than just records. They were fragments of human lives, each telling a unique story of hope, struggle, and sometimes despair. As they sifted through the files, the explorers felt the weight of each individual's journey, the hospital acting as a silent witness to their trials and tribulations. One file in particular caught their attention, detailing the case of a young girl who had been admitted for a mysterious illness. The file was filled with scribbled notes and sketches, the doctor's attempts to understand and treat her condition. Yet, the last entry was abrupt. A single word underlined multiple times: disappeared. The absence of explanation left a lingering unease, a sense that her story was one of many that had been swallowed by the hospital's secrets. The explorers were reminded that the hospital was not merely a building. It was a repository of human experiences, each room a chapter in a story left unfinished. The walls themselves seemed to pulse with the energy of these lives, the whispers growing louder, more insistent. It was as if the hospital was urging them to uncover the truth, to piece together the fragments of its past, and bring its forgotten stories to light. In contrast to the oppressive darkness, the explorers found themselves guided by an unexpected ally, the flickering light of their flashlights, which seemed to dance in rhythm with the whispers. This interplay of light and shadow created a surreal tapestry, casting fleeting glimpses of what might have been. The play of illumination and darkness was more than just a practical necessity. It became a metaphor for their journey, a reminder that even in the depths of despair, there is a glimmer of hope. As they delved deeper into the hospital's core, the explorers felt an undeniable connection to the souls that once inhabited these walls. It was as though they were retracing the steps of those who had come before, each discovery a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. The hospital, with all its darkness and decay, was a testament to the enduring nature of memory, the stories of its inhabitants lingering like ghosts in the air. The explorers pressed on, driven by a sense of purpose that transcended mere curiosity. They understood that their journey was not just about uncovering the hospital's secrets. It was about giving voice to the silenced, allowing the past to speak through the present. Each step forward was a step toward understanding, a step toward bridging the gap between what was and what is. In this place where the past and present intertwined, they found themselves not just uncovering a mystery, but becoming part of a story that was still unfolding. The explorers ventured further into the depths of the hospital, their senses heightened as they encountered a chilling presence that seemed to linger just beyond their reach. Each room they entered was a new world unto itself, filled with relics that whispered of past lives and unfulfilled destinies. They found themselves in what appeared to be a therapy room, its walls lined with mirrors that reflected their weary faces back at them. The mirrors, cracked and dusty, seemed to hold within them the reflections of those who had once sought solace here, their images distorted by time and neglect. As they stood before these mirrors, an unsettling thought crept into their minds. The idea that the hospital was a reflection of their own insecurities and fears, a physical manifestation of the shadows they carried within themselves. The room's air was thick with a sense of introspection, urging them to confront the parts of their psyche that they had long avoided. The explorers realized that this journey was not just about uncovering the mysteries of the hospital. It was also an exploration of their inner worlds, a confrontation with the ghosts of their pasts. In the corner of the room, a dusty gramophone sat silently, its needle poised over a record, as if waiting for someone to breathe life back into its grooves. One of the explorers, drawn by a curious impulse, gently lowered the needle. The room filled with the haunting strains of an old melody, the notes weaving through the air like tendrils of nostalgia. The music seemed to unlock memories hidden deep within the recesses of their minds, each note resonating with a different fragment of their personal histories. The explorers listened, enraptured, as the melody painted vivid pictures in their minds. They saw scenes of joy and sorrow, triumph and regret, all intertwined with the hospital's own storied past. It was as though the music bridged the gap between their individual experiences and a collective memory of those who had once inhabited this place. The gramophone, in its own way, was a portal to another time, inviting them to step into the shoes of those who had come before and to understand the legacy they had left behind. As the music played on, the explorers found themselves drawn to a series of journals scattered across a nearby table. Each journal was a testament to the lives of the patients and staff, their pages filled with handwritten accounts of struggles and triumphs. One journal in particular stood out. Its pages were filled with sketches of figures that seemed to dance across the paper, their expressions ranging from joy to despair. The drawings were accompanied by cryptic notes, hinting at a deeper understanding of the human condition and the mysteries of the mind. The explorers pored over the journal, captivated by the depth of emotion captured within its pages. They realized that these journals were more than just records. They were windows into the souls of the individuals who had once called this place home. Each entry was a glimpse into the complexities of the human experience, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is beauty to be found in the resilience of the human spirit. With each discovery, the explorers felt the hospital's grip on their souls tighten, its secrets becoming a part of their own story. They understood that this journey was about more than just uncovering the past. It was about finding meaning in the present and forging a connection with those who had come before. The hospital, with all its darkness and decay, was a testament to the enduring nature of memory and the power of the human spirit to transcend time and space. As they left the therapy room, the explorers carried with them a newfound understanding of the hospital's significance. It was a place where the boundaries between past and present, reality and imagination, were blurred, allowing them to see themselves in a new light. The journey through the hospital had become a journey of self-discovery, a testament to the power of memory and the resilience of the human spirit. With each step forward, they moved closer to uncovering the truths that lay hidden within the forgotten corridors, their hearts and minds forever changed by the experience. Reflecting on this journey so far, one cannot help but feel the weight of the unseen threads that weave through the corridors of the hospital, binding past to present in a tapestry of human experience. The explorers, with each step, have unwittingly become part of this intricate pattern, their actions guided by an unspoken understanding that transcends the boundaries of time. The walls, once silent witnesses to countless stories, now resonate with the echoes of those who dare to uncover their secrets. In this place where shadows dance and whispers linger, there's an undeniable sense of continuity, a reminder that every soul that passes through leaves an indelible mark on the fabric of history. As we pivot towards the final reflection, it becomes apparent that the hospital is more than just a physical structure. It is a living entity, a repository of memories that speak to the resilience of the human spirit. The explorers, in their quest for understanding, have tapped into a collective consciousness that binds them to the countless lives that have intersected within these walls. It is a place where the boundaries between reality and imagination blur, allowing for a deeper exploration of the human psyche and the mysteries that lie within. This journey has not only uncovered the hospital's past, but has also illuminated the explorer's own inner landscapes, revealing the fears and desires that drive them forward. Drawing these strands together, we see how the hospital serves as a crucible for transformation, a space where the weight of history converges with the possibility of redemption. The explorers, in their relentless pursuit of truth, have come face to face with the duality of existence, the interplay of light and darkness that defines the human experience. They have encountered symbols and signs that speak to the universal truths that bind us all, reminding us that even in the depths of despair, there is hope to be found. The hospital, in its decay and abandonment, stands as a testament to the enduring nature of memory and the power of the human spirit to transcend time and space. In light of these insights, the path forward becomes clear as the explorers find themselves on the cusp of revelation. The hospital's secrets, long hidden in the shadows, are beginning to surface, revealing a narrative that is both deeply personal and universally resonant. It is a story of resilience and redemption, of the struggle to find meaning in the face of darkness. As the explorers prepare to uncover the final truths, They're acutely aware of the significance of their journey, both for themselves and for those who came before them. As we draw nearer to the conclusion, there's a sense of anticipation in the air, a feeling that the hospital's mysteries are on the brink of being laid bare. The explorers, guided by the whispers of the past and the flickering light of their flashlights, are on the verge of a discovery that will challenge their perceptions and alter their understanding of the world. It is a moment of profound transformation, a crossroads where the past and present converge, offering a glimpse into the future that awaits. This journey, marked by uncertainty and discovery, has led them to the brink of understanding, where the shadows hold their breath and the echoes of time await their next chapter. As the explorers reached the heart of the hospital, the air felt charged with the weight of untold stories and the palpable energy of those who had once walked these corridors. The walls, etched with shadows of the past, seemed to lean closer, as if eager to share their secrets. In this moment of convergence, the explorers felt a profound sense of unity with the myriad lives that had intersected here, the boundaries of time dissolving into a tapestry of shared human experience. Standing amidst the decay, they realized that the hospital was more than a vessel of forgotten memories. It was a testament to the enduring nature of the human spirit. Each room they had traversed whispered tales of struggle and resilience, of hopes kindled and dreams dashed. The echoes that lingered in the air spoke not just of loss, but of a relentless pursuit of meaning in the face of darkness. In the peeling wallpaper and rusting tools, they saw reflections of their own fears and desires, the universal quest for understanding and belonging. The explorers understood that this journey was as much about introspection as it was about discovery. The hospital's shadows had forced them to confront their own inner landscapes, to acknowledge the fears and uncertainties that lay hidden beneath the surface. In doing so, they had tapped into a wellspring of empathy and connection, realizing that the stories of the past were not so different from their own. The hospital was a mirror, reflecting the complexities of the human condition, the interplay of light and darkness that defines our existence. In this place where time seemed to stand still, the explorers found a sense of closure, a realization that the journey they had embarked upon was one of transformation. The hospital's corridors, once foreboding and oppressive, now felt like a sacred space, a repository of wisdom waiting to be uncovered. They saw that the secrets held within its walls were not just relics of the past, but lessons for the present, guiding them toward a deeper understanding of themselves and the world around them. As they prepared to leave, the explorers felt a newfound resolve, a determination to carry the lessons of the hospital into their lives beyond its walls. The shadows that had once loomed large now seemed to recede, replaced by a sense of clarity and purpose. They understood that the true journey began not in the exploration of the hospital, but in the way they chose to live their lives thereafter. The experiences they had shared were a reminder of the power of memory and the resilience of the human spirit, a call to embrace the unknown with courage and curiosity. In the end, the hospital's true gift was not the secrets it held, but the insight it offered into the nature of existence. It taught them that the past and present are inextricably linked, that the stories of those who came before us are woven into the fabric of our own lives. As they stepped back into the world outside, they carried with them a sense of hope and possibility, a belief that even in the darkest of places, there is light to be found. The true practice begins now, in the choices we make and the paths we choose to follow. The hospital, with all its whispers and shadows, serves as a reminder that our stories are part of a larger narrative, that our lives are intertwined with those who have come before and those who will come after. As the explorers moved forward, they did so with the understanding that they were part of something greater, a continuum of humanity that stretches across time and space. In the end, the journey through the hospital was not just an exploration of its secrets, but a journey into the heart of what it means to be human.